welcome back to Lloyd and JD, the best fucking podcast in the world. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
And here we are again for another week.
Another week. So we've been going at this for almost 4 years.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Best reaction ever. Oh my God, I've wasted 4 years of my life.
Oh, God. Just killing it.
Yeah.
So, and...
Oh, just just an observation. It's funny to go back and look at stuff. I set up the podcast to look at statistics to see where we getting the most views from. Surprise, surprise, not Canada. Canada is way down on the list.
Yeah, I don't say very nice things. I don't think about Canada.
Basically, the U.S. being our number one, Japan number 2, Germany number 3, Croatia, where we're still big, which latched onto us early on. Number
fuck
4.
Croatia, man. I'm not happy with Croatia.
Well, I know you're not going to be happy with Croatia now.
Bullshit. That was
the
a
fact that you're wearing
game.
the England shirt, it's still going to only
What do
have
you mean?
1 star.
We got to semifinals. We haven't done that in like 30 years.
Which is good. It was a young team. I mean,
Yeah, it sucks we didn't
they
win.
did well. We won on penalties. That's something that you'd never think you'd ever hear with English football is that, England wins on penalties. They did that. I think they did
But
the
they
country
played
proud.
like shit against Belgium. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah,
The one team that I work with a guy from Belgium. Like the one team.
that you wanted them to beat,
Yeah.
and they just couldn't do it
Just couldn't
twice.
fucking put it out.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, chances are they would have, lost to France in the finals would have been my guess. I mean, France put in 4 goals against Croatia, so...
Croatia are shit. The fact that we lost to them is unbearable.
Yeah.
But that was
we
like...
really kind of blew that game.
We blew games with hard teams out the water, and then we played these not so good teams, and we lost. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? Belgium has never got that far.
That's the thing, when it comes down to one game, like anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, given that these teams aren't necessarily as good, they still have some very good players that play on them as well, right? So, I mean, Croatia does have their stars that play,
Dirty fuckers.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of how it rolls,
They're
right?
shitty football players, though. Very dirty team.
Ah,
Same as the Colombia's, man. They were trying to fuck up the penalty spot.
yeah,
and shit.
Colombia was a little bit...
Dirty bastards.
And it was funny because I was on Facebook after that, and then people, were blaming the refs for the loss in that game that were from Colombia, and then they were petitioning the FIFA, saying, "Hey, we want this."
But then
and
so
it's
was
like,
England against Croatia.
yeah.
So.
I mean, it's you have to accept what happens on the field. You have to accept that the ref is the ref, and that's kind of how it goes. And at the end of the day, it's a game,
I gotta
right?
say it because it annoyed the shit out of me. Why are all these Calgarians shooting for England?
Because there's a lot of English.
No. If you're born in Canada, you're fucking Canadian, okay?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking end of it. Fuck off, all right? Nothing more than pissed me off when I went down my feed and, oh, come on, England, we almost got it. We? That's like saying, us people. You are not part of we when it comes to fucking England. You guys don't want to be part of England, right? That's your whole thing. I've spent the last fucking 15 years of my life in this shithole country, and what do I get? Every day, all day, oh, fucking Brits here, Brits, limeys this, limeys that. And then the World Cup rolls around, and you're going to say we?
Yeah.
Go and fuck yourself. I want every Canadian that watches this fucking podcast who rooted for fucking England to go, hang your head in shame, you fucking cocksucker. Give your shirt to someone that actually was born in England.
Yeah.
Sit there and root on a team that they're glory hunting cunts. They wouldn't have been rooting for England if they was in the fucking first division, didn't make it through. Root for your own country. Maybe they'll fucking do better.
Everybody, I think, sometimes bandwagons on teams.
Fucking annoys me.
Yeah.
One, because I'm British and you fucking ain't. So don't ever write we almost made it because you didn't make shit.
It would be like, when they get knocked out, it's like, oh, I think I'm going to go for France now. I would never go for France. It's
Fuck
like
France. But fuck you people that hang on to fucking England as if it's in your fucking... If you were born in Canada, guess what, motherfucker? You Canadian.
Yeah, and your team's not very good.
No, your team is shit. So, you know what? Walk around with a Canadian shirt. Don't walk around with no England fucking shirt because you ain't English.
Yeah.
My daughter ain't English. She's Canadian.
See, the problem is with Canada is that, number one, they've only been in the World Cup, I think, once, and they've never scored a goal. And, essentially...
It just annoyed me. It annoys me when people are like, we ain't going to make it. You ain't we. You ain't part of... You're not part of this team.
Yeah. And the fact that Mexico, U.S., and Canada has been selected for the World Cup, they'll automatically get a bye in there just to get destroyed.
It's going to be in Edmonton, I heard.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Like 1,000,000% I'm going.
Yeah. So they're going to have games in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. So they're going to split it between the three countries.
Whatever.
Edmonton. It's kind of weird because it's very, very spread out, stupid. Right? Like, I mean, it's going to be tough on teams, I think, because if you got to fly from Edmonton down to, LA to play a game and then to Mexico.
Why have they done that?
Because I think they felt they were stronger as, sort of three countries to do it. And, I guess they're just trying something different. But I mean, the funny part is that if you're in Europe and anywhere in Europe, I mean, it's not like it's that far. Like you could have it in, Belgium, and if you had it in Germany or France, other games, it wouldn't be that far in comparison to here. I mean, geez, like you drive from Calgary to Edmonton, that's like driving, the bottom of England to the top. Like it's a long way to go, and you add Mexico into the equation. Like it's okay, guys, jump on the bus. It's a 3-day bus ride to your next game. They're like, what? I mean, even in, England, when you play Premiership football and you travel, and they take the bus and all that kind of stuff, it's like, it's not that far, but it'll be interesting to see how that works. But yeah, I mean, they'll be playing in Edmonton. I mean, that's super cool.
Oh,
it'll be
I'm
awesome
sure a bunch
to go
of
see.
Canadians will jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see what teams they put where, because I mean, there's a good chance that, England could be in the World Cup, and you'd never get a chance to see them because they don't play.
Yeah, and that is what it is. But, we'll see. But yeah, it annoyed the shit out of me. That was one thing that really fucking drove me crazy, really, because, even if they were like, you know what, I'm rooting for England this year, do what you want. But when they do the whole, like, we're going to make it, we haven't made it, I don't get it. Yeah. That's like me, my buddy at work, he roots for Argentina, but he never be like, yeah, we Argentina. He's not a fucking, because he just says, oh no, I hope Argentina wins. I don't have a team to root for, so that's who I root for. Yeah. Which is fine, whatever, people are going to do that. It's a sport. Well, I hate this like whole like jump on the bandwagon, like you British or something. Yeah. It's like, fuck off, man. That's the thing. People really hang on to that. They love making fucking British jokes about fucking being British over here. They love making fun about how you're living in Canada, but they also love hanging on to their heritage about, I'm 1/4 British and 1/4 Irish, and my grandfather was from Scotland. Who gives a shit? Yeah. No one fucking cares. Yeah. You're Canadian. Shut the fuck up. Well, and that is the truth of the matter. But in Canada Day rolls around and they're like, oh, Canada, big maple leaf on the fucking cheek and a fucking t-shirt. Do I walk around on Canada Day with fucking maple leaf on my cheek and a fucking Canadian t-shirt? No, I do not. Do you know why? Because I'm fucking British. Yeah. It annoys me. Yeah. It's like the minute the World Cup's on, England flag, red fucking cross on the face. I'm half, I'm quarter Irish, me, and my grandma was British. Well, I find those affiliations often switch. You know and then Canada Day rolls around again, and I'm a full-bred Canadian, and I only drink Canadian lager, and I'm a Canadian, and I'll be It's like, fuck off, mate, pick one. Because on the World Cup came around, you was a fucking pretty big Brit, and then fucking Canada Day rolls around, all of a sudden you was the fucking most patriotic Canadian I've ever seen. Well, and I find sometimes the affiliation is like, I'm Irish, and then next thing it's, I'm English. Yeah. And it's like, no. St. Patrick's Day rolls around, I'm a quarter Irish, I can drink the most. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, no. Right? And a lot of people wouldn't make those switches. You'll never find an Irishman that says I'm English. You'll never find an Englishman that'll say that they're Irish. And I will never say I'm anything other than English. I will never be Canadian. I will never be Irish. I will never be Scottish. Yeah. I will be English till the day I die. Yeah. I mean, it's which is why I refuse to get my citizenship. Yeah. Because I have a permanent residency. I live here as an English person. I follow you guys' laws. I follow you guys' rules. I enjoy your festivals. I never go to the Stampede and say, this should be a British festival. I go there and I say, this is a Calgarian festival and there's lots of cowboys here. Yeah. I don't wear a cowboy hat. I don't wear fucking a big stamp on my face that says I am Canadian and I'm proud. Yeah. Citizenship's not a bad idea though, man. Like, in all honesty, I don't want dual citizenship because they pretty much take it away. And most countries don't actually recognize dual citizenship. Even when you fly, you have to pick a passport. I will never pick my Canadian passport over my English passport. Right. It only allows me to vote. I'm a permanent residency for the rest of my life. I don't ever plan on going to jail. I don't ever plan on committing a felony. I do everything. I'm a regular citizen and I'm fine with it. I don't want my citizenship. Yeah. I don't want to be a Canadian citizen. I'm fine with being an immigrant. I am what I am. I'm British. I live here because I love Canada and I love, it's a safer, nicer place to live. I don't come here and enforce other rules on people that I had back in England. I don't come here and say the English people are better. I just come here and say, if you're not fucking English, don't act like you are. It drives me crazy. Being English in a Canadian place, I know the ridicule that comes with that. Because if a Canadian went to a British place and you was on a construction site, we'd rip your ass apart because you're Canadian. And I get the same treatment here. I get my ass ripped apart. I get English jokes all day long. But the minute a celebration comes around where it's in English and doesn't have anything to do with Canada, they jump on this like heritage boat. Like, oh, back in the day, my grandma was English, or like my great grandma was, and no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
You're Canadian. Shut the fuck up. You were Canadian when you were making British jokes about me. So you're fucking Canadian now.
Yeah, and people a lot of times are so far removed from their heritage anyways, like they don't...
Like they'll make fun of, and you people know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
There's people that I know that have made fun of my accent, which in the World Cup were like, go England, go fuck yourself. How fucking dare you make fun of me and then you fucking get jump on board? Like, fuck yourself.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen. Like I said, I mean, it's like any sport, though. I mean, it's like somebody wins the Stanley Cup, everybody's their fans,
well, it's like,
right?
It's like
the
hockey.
Las Vegas Golden
I don't watch
Knights.
hockey. I'm not Canadian. I don't have a hockey team.
Yeah.
But I support Edmonton Oilers just because it rubs it in Calgarians' face that I do anything to annoy you. And that's what I do. I don't wear the jersey. I don't go out and go, woo, Edmonton Oilers. I don't write it on my face. I don't go to the bar and say, oh, I'm into Edmonton Oilers. Fuck all you Flames. But if I'm around a buddy and he says, who you supporting this year? I'm going to say, Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah. But the flip side of that is there's people like when a team does a good run, like it just, they come out of the woodwork. I've been whatever fan
Since
for
82.
And I mean,
glory hunters. In England, we call you glory hunters.
Yeah.
You be switching teams in the Premiership, big and fucking,
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you grow up with a team. Like I will always be, sadly enough, an Aston Villa fan.
Yeah, and I support West Ham. We'll never make it.
Yeah.
It'll never be a thing for us.
Yeah. We're not even in the Premiership
I'm not
anymore.
even from West Ham.
Yeah.
I just followed West Ham. The only team when I used to hang out with my friends in England, the only team that everyone was into was West Ham. It just was West Ham this, West Ham that. Even when we watched a match, it was West Ham.
Yeah. We got to look at it like Aston Villa got relegated. They're not even in the Premier League. Do I support a team in the Premier League? No.
West Ham could be so shit that they'd be playing at the park down the road, and I would still go watch them with
They
a
got
shirt
a great
on.
stadium now because they moved in the Olympic Stadium after the Olympics.
Yeah, well, West Ham got a good following.
Yeah.
Be punching people in the face. They got one of the biggest hooligan followings in football.
They most definitely do. And if you actually want to watch a movie on that, you can watch Green Street Hooligans.
No, fucking do not put that movie forward on this podcast. Scrap that. Do not watch Green Street Hooligans, one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen. They put that blue-eyed little fucking faggot in there and said that he was going to be a fucking hooligan. Are you kidding me? Hobbit? They put fucking Frodo? Frodo?
Yeah.
No, that's a fucking joke of a movie. Watch fucking Football Factory with
Danny
Danny Dyer. You want to know...
if you want to see the real stuff, I'm just saying for entertainment purposes.
And I watched that and was threw up. I shit 6 times. Fuck that movie. Green Street Hooligans was a pile of fucking shit. Steaming pile of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Football Factory is a movie about fucking, hooligans.
Yeah.
That's the fucking reality of what hooligans are. They're nutters that just drink all day and fucking fight all day and they just live for their fucking
And you can
team.
watch the entire series on that and they go through all the different countries and all that kind of stuff, the different factions, all that kind of, it's interesting stuff.
But the movie with Danny Dyer is where you want to go. And Danny Dyer's, British legend.
Yeah.
Fuck Frodo.
Yeah.
He ain't no fucking hooligan.
No.
He's like 4 foot tall. Anyone would have just kicked him off the fucking bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, worst movie. Worst fucking movie ever.
Yeah.
That's my review on Green Street fucking Hooligans, and I'm pretty sure they made a second one, which I wouldn't
Did they
even
make
touch
the
with a
second
fucking
one?
barge pole because it's like some... just puke.
How can you make a second one? Like, I mean, the whole premise of that movie is that Frodo comes in as a journalist and gets, kind of absorbed into this thing because his sister is married to a guy that is in, basically the firm, right?
So pussy and cheesy and fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So... cringe the way he comes in as a journalist.
It was just,
and then all of a
just
sudden
funny.
at the end, he's like a football fighter. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, it's
Fuck off.
That part's.
You're born like that.
Yeah.
You don't just come to England and like, I'm a journalist. All of a sudden, you're like taking punches to the face, like bleeding, like, ugh. No, that's not real life ever. These people who were born and raised like die hard for their team, like they've been in fights since they were like fucking 6.
Yeah.
Not Frodo, who's a journalist
no,
and probably been in one fight at a Tim's once. Fucking, excuse me,
If
sir,
that.
you just cut the line.
That's my double.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
annoying.
So funny. Yeah.
My frustration for that movie. Someone put that on once to me. I'd never heard of it. Someone put that on to me. It was like, because I was talking about Football Factory and stuff. Have you seen Green Street Hooligans? Someone's put that on for me, and I fucking turned it off. Like, is this a joke?
See, like I said, I don't mind the movie. I find it entertaining as entertainment purposes, but it is not a realistic kind of portrayal.
Fern
of
Gully's entertaining, but it's Fern Gully.
Yeah, it's the Tim Hortons double of actual coffee.
No, it's the round back of Tim Hortons taking it in the arse version of Football Factory. It's on all fours and it's fucking groaning for some fucking poning. That's what it is.
There you go.
Fucking stupid movie that is.
And it must have bugged you too, because they were singing, blowing bubbles and all that kind of stuff.
It annoyed me that people here think that that's like, a cool movie, like that's showing you what it is. Yeah. No, fuck right off. You watch Football Factory and that shit'll scare you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
They're throwing darts into kids fucking and shit because he nicked a fucking PlayStation. Yeah, they drop him off in Chelsea and they almost get, it shows you the real segregation between certain places.
Yeah.
They don't like other people just because of the fucking shirt you're wearing.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, there's definitely all that kind of stuff in England. Like, if you go travel as away fans, it's not like here where, it's like, hey, I'm going to the Flames game. I'm going to wear my Oilers shoes.
No,
you might get a ribbing.
No, you're not.
And you might sit among 50 Flames fans and nothing will happen. If they put you in, with the other fans, like you're not making it out.
Well, it's like when West Ham play, what are they called?
Millwall.
It's a fucking it's end of all days.
Yeah.
Don't send your kids to a West Ham Millwall game because it's going to be a fucking shit show. Yeah. What, 2 16-year-olds died in a fucking Millwall game?
Yeah. And they don't play each other that often.
It's been like
anymore.
3 times, and each time someone dies, I swear it.
Because they're completely different, divisions and all that kind of stuff.
It gets fucking insane.
If they were both in the same division, it would actually get crazy.
It's funny because both of those divisions have one of the biggest hooligan followings in the entire thing. So it's like 2 armies fucking going at it in the street. And it's just wild.
Yeah.
Bottles thrown, bricks, fucking blood, gore.
Well,
cops
and
are in
a lot
there.
of the stuff
Cops
that used
are
to
in there
happen in those games are the reasons that they have a lot of the security precautions.
You've got
that
horses
they do now.
with cops
you got
on them.
Horses, you've got checkpoints, you've got metal detectors
and it still don't stop
in.
it.
Yeah. You've got they put up the bigger fences in a lot of places, and
which will be coming down.
It used to like for a while there in the 80s and 90s, it was almost like a prison. Like it's like you'd go onto the field and then you would have like giant barbed wire fences pointing out because it just got crazy and people used to invade the pitch and all that kind of stuff. It's just a little bit of.
I beg those Canadian supporters that think they're fucking supporting a team go to their fucking home game and see how that works out for them in England.
Yeah, it's definitely a different experience.
I think there's bigger games that work out. Manchester play someone usually it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's always entertaining.
But a lot of times nowadays, the hooligans seem to meet up at different places, not at the stadium.
Because they
there's
can.
A lot of policing.
And a lot of them,
so they'll meet up in like a designation somewhere away and they just go at it in a field pretty much.
And I mean, a lot of them are video identified. A lot of them are banned. A lot of these guys that are heads of these organizations are completely banned.
People think they're not going to watch the game.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they don't even fucking go in the game.
Yeah. They can't even get near the game.
They just want to go smash the other team's fans up.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's not really about the game at all anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's got a Millwall shirt on. Let's kill him.
Yeah. and a lot of times they just stick to their home base, which is typically a pub somewhere, and then that's kind of it. And you don't want to be wandering in with
that is it, pretty much, isn't it? The pub. That is the extent of it.
Yeah.
The pub.
Yeah.
Hanging out at the pub.
Yeah. It's definitely changed.
And I think that's what my parents didn't want for us, really, is hanging out at the pub, because that's all you do.
Yeah.
At home. Hang out at the pub.
Yeah. Drink, go home, work.
Hang out at the pub. Where are you going after work?
Yeah.
The pub.
Yeah.
Who's going to the pub? Where are you going to eat lunch today? The pub.
Yeah. That doesn't exist here in Canada.
No, the pubs are everything back home. There's fucking playgrounds in the back of the plug. You bring your kid, you're playing in the back on the swings and the fucking slide.
Yeah.
You're having a beer like 10 foot away.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen here.
No, it's completely different. I mean, the pub culture there is.
But I do miss a little bit of that.
Oh, so do I. I mean, I
have fond memories
of
hanging out at the pub.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Yeah. And I go home and I go to the same pub.
Pork scratchings. fucking peanuts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Some nice deep fried pies.
Yeah, a fucking Sunday roast.
Yeah. All good.
So, you don't get that sort of thing here. Pubs here are usually sticky. I find most of the pubs here are kind of like nightclubs, just day clubs.
Yeah.
It's weird. Everything's sticky. Nothing. No, everything's like, you go to an English pub, they got usually like, you know, it's not going to be the nicest thing, but usually they live above the pub.
Yeah.
So it's like their house.
Yeah, absolutely.
The cloths are usually changed. The floor isn't sticky. If you knock something over, they'll make you clean it up, sort of deal. Like, okay, they don't have the nicest carpet. You're going to see some stains on that fucker. But as far as it goes, it's generally a nice, it's like a house.
Well, I mean, to be honest, most pubs in the UK
It don't smell.
are
It don't-
essentially mom and pop businesses,
And it doesn't,
right?
it
They are
ta- like,
family
there's
run
like a
businesses.
pub smell, but not like a bad pub smell. You go to like National here during the day and you're like, what the fuck is that smell?
Yeah.
Someone puked here last night.
Yeah.
Somewhere around here. It's gross.
Yeah.
The tables are sticky. Like,
Yeah.
the guy comes by and I hate it when they come by and they wipe your table with that cloth that they've wiped
Every
every
other
other
table
table
with,
with.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'd rather my spilt beer than
Yeah.
your fucking ratty fucking cloth.
Yeah.
It's an insult.
Yeah.
Ew. So, you know, I find that here the bars are just like, get you in, get you the fuck out. They just want to, you know, it's usually dark and, you know, even the pubs here, you don't have that same feeling to them. The Kilton K bar down in Mackenzie Town's nice. It's got kind of a feel like that. But even at night, it turns into more of like a
Karaoke
club.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucked. It's more like fucking Blackpool than it is fucking, you know, the local bar.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But that's all we have time for this week.
Well, it was fun. I will see you again in 2 weeks.
There you go.
They'll see them again next week. They won't even see a difference.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Peace, fuckers.
See ya.